Okay, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator with the one and only Cookie Pirate. Today we're going to fly the Diamond DA40 out of Ontario, California, going down to Santa Catalina Island. It's a very short flight, only about 26 minutes en route. We'll land at Catalina, and then we'll immediately go into something else, and I don't know what that'll be yet. But for now, climb aboard and let's fly. This is gonna stutter while it loads, probably. All the scenery to render. Oh, it's hazy! Let everything load for a minute there. Alright, so we're looking good visibility here. 250 at 9 on the wind. Okay. Very good. I like being in the Diamond. It's an airplane I've gotten very comfortable flying. But it's a good plane. It's fast, but it's slow enough that you're not kind of rushed for time. Let's go ahead and do our pre-flight real quick. Alright. Parking brake is set, fuel selector is normal. Oh, and the other thing I like about this is I can roll right through the checklist, and I don't stutter like I do with the Cirrus and the Citation Longitude. Anyway, power lever is idle, alternate air is closed, avionics off, electric off, essential bus off, engine master off and guarded, fuel pumps off, voder auto, all lights up top off, emergency off and covered. ELT is armed, circuit breakers are in, flap selector is up, pitot heat, fuel transfer all off, fuel, passengers, and cargo are loaded on the airplane. Go ahead and turn the electric master on for cockpit preparation. We can hit enter there. AHRS needs to align, we'll wait for that. Cockpit flood instrument lights all not required. Flight controls will check after the AHRS is done. Radios not needed. G1000 on. Fuel quantity looks good. All of these engine instruments look good so far. Total time in service, I believe, is... Yep. Okay, so it's higher than I thought. 18.1. I fly this so much I can't even keep track anymore. Power lever is idle. Still waiting on the AHRS. Turn our strobe lights on. Alright, AHRS is done. Rudder is good. Elevator is good. Ailerons are good. Back into the cockpit. We'll get this engine started and get rolling. It's going to be a very short flight. Only looking at about 26 minutes in the air. Prop area is clear. Engine master on. Need to wait for the glow indicator to clear. Alright, it's off. Oh, turn that off. Clear! Oil pressure is up into the green, temperatures at the top of the yellow. All our instruments are looking good right now. RPMs are idling at about 845 or so. Make it a little easier to see here. Amperage looks good. Check pitot heat. Slight drop. Turn it back off. That's good. Avionics on. We're at 44. Flight plan is programmed. CDI is set to the GPS. Altitude, I think we're only gonna go probably at... I think I said 6,000. Or maybe 6,500. I don't even remember what I said. I think I said 6,500, but there's a chance I may have set it up to go IFR. Yeah, 6,000. We're going to IFR. That was easy enough to set. Let's get the weather at Ontario 2986 on the altimeter. Airport elevation on the chart is 944. We're on the low side. Runway elevation is 926, so that's actually okay. Oh, the runway's under construction in real life. I'm looking at the chart, it's X'd out. I'm like, huh? But of course, in the simulator, it is not under construction, so we can use it. 26 left. The wind is showing 250 at 9. 82 degrees on the ground, Fahrenheit, that's 28 Celsius. Weather at Catalina is clear. Light wind 260 at 5. However, it's only 17 or 63 Fahrenheit. So it's about a 20 degree difference. Or about a 11 degree Celsius difference. Oh, excuse me. Hiccup. Alright, so 6,000 feet. Let's go ahead and set the FLC. And we'll... ...88 knots on the FLC. CDI is already set to GPS. Alright, so that's looking good. Let's go ahead and turn the position lights or nav lights on. Let's go ahead and look outside at the wings. Oh, that's pretty. Flaps half. Flaps full. Flaps up. Flaps half set for taxi and takeoff. Altimeter is set. Artificial horizon is good. Transponder altitude, we are not going VFR, so I'm going to enter in just a random code. Engine instruments look good. Taxi light on. Release the parking brake. This is going to be a super easy taxi, because all we have to do is come forward. And we're going out to the top of the ramp. That's pretty. The airline terminal, and then there's parking lots up over on this side. My dad said this is a fairly nice airport. He flew in many years ago for business. And he said the airport was fairly nice. Well, that looks a little bugged. Not sure what happened there. Looks like we have a mountain growing through a building. We could go off 26 left. Yeah, we may as well. Let's go ahead and get the runway heading set up on our heading bug just as a good 257. Alright, before takeoff checklist, let's go ahead and set the parking brake real quick. Trim is set to take off. Flaps are set to take off. Quick flight control check. Rudder, ailerons, elevators, all good. Back into the cockpit here. Power is idle. Engine instruments all looking good. Pitot heat not needed. Fuel pump on. Landing light on. Taxi light off. Transponder mode code check. 123 altitude. Runway is 26 left. And we are good to go ahead and take off. Except, what is this van doing? Really? Can't figure out why these people in the simulator are driving on runways and stuff when there's a plane out here right in front of me. He's probably going to drive right through my airplane too. Watch this. It's crazy. Alright, let's go ahead and get taxied out onto the runway. This is a good size. I'm a little hot there on the power. Let's turn over here, get lined up. Alright, so our speed we're looking at, we rotate at 69 knots, we'll lift off in the low 70s. We'll pitch for 80 on the climb out. We'll engage the autopilot at 1,700 feet. We have airspeed alive, engine instruments are good. 69 rotate. We're off at 71. That was actually a very fast takeoff. Positive rate of climb. Let's bring the flaps up. A little bit of a drop. That's just the nose lowering when you bring the flaps up. We're kind of off heading a bit, and if there's a bit of wind, kind of bumping us around. We could pitch for 80. We're actually. We're losing altitude, or just like kind of staying even at it for whatever reason. This may have pitched up a little high. Seems bumpy though. We're getting a pretty view. That's pretty too, but I think that's about as nice as it's gonna look. Alright, now we've got our altitude coming back up. I don't know what's going on. We're looking for 1700, and we can engage the autopilot. We're not even over the end of the runway yet. It is bumpy though. There we go. Engage the autopilot. Let's go ahead and turn nav mode on. And we'll just turn to track the... Oh, no, we don't want that. Oh boy. FLC. There we go. Now we just lower that to 88. Not a really great climb out, I'll tell you. It was pretty rocky all over, but yeah, you can see a bit of turbulence here. So yeah, here's the Ontario airport. This is where we took off. Look at all of the cars. Look at the parking lots. And we parked kind of starting over here. Got a cool view of the tower on climb out. And the weather's not looking very good. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple things here. Let's confirm flaps are up. Hold climb power just back just a little bit. 95. Flaps are up. Autopilot and FLC are on. Let's turn the fuel pumps off. We can turn our landing light off. And climb power is set. So we're good here. Just kind of hazy. It's more cloudy out that way. It's pretty up above. And we'll be climbing over most of this. Very short. Oh. Try to zoom out a little more. Short flight. I guess what we could do is start the timer when we go airborne. It'd be kind of an interesting thing. The cool thing is I go to work later tomorrow, so I get to get up an hour later, and I get to stay up later. That's pretty out over there. Is that Riverside? Municipal? No, that's the other direction. That's Chino. It's the Chino airport. That's Pomona. Woohoo, yeah, you can kind of see the clouds building up out that way. Airports with good weather. Burbank is good. Van Nuys is good. El Monte, Pomona, Chino, Riverside, Fullerton, Long Beach, all reporting fairly good weather. What isn't is like everything along the coast. I'll go ahead and pull the maps up. I kind of like showing the maps, even though probably most people, it looks like a kid scribbled with a bunch of different colors. But I like explaining the stuff because it makes more sense. So we took off from here, and we're going to Catalina Island. All of these airports with these little green bubbles all have good weather. I mean, even Whiteman does, but the visibility's lower because of the haze. But all of these are inland. If you look at the coast, other than Long Beach, but like look here, Santa Monica, clouded in. LAX, clouded in. Los Alamitos, clouded in. John Wayne, Costa Mesa, clouded in. And they're all right along the coast. So we're going to be flying over a bunch of clouds. And it looks like we're going to be just barely over a lot of them. And the reason for that is because the Pacific Ocean, where the air from inland is warmer, and the air over the ocean is colder, but the humidity's the same. Well, not the relative humidity, but the dew point. And what happens is that colder air causes clouds to form over it. Alright, we've reached our cruising altitude. Let's go ahead and dial back on the power a little bit, down to 90, or down to 95, yeah, that's climb power. 75%. And we're getting bumped around a bit. A tad. Not that low. There we go. That's close enough. Other thing in cruise, all we need to do is just keep an eye on the tanks. We should be fine. This is a really short flight. In fact, only 19 minutes to go. Yeah, we're getting bounced around though. The turbulence gets worse, we'll have to slow down. Which I would rather not do. But anyway, yeah, so all this moisture over the ocean just cools and forms clouds at a lower temperature and a lower altitude. Whereas inland, the air is comparatively dry, so you don't get that. That's kind of the marine layer, as they call it. And I'm not an expert in California weather. I'm much better versed in Florida weather. Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina weather. But yeah, that's like kind of what's going on. Los Alamitos, there's Orange County. Looking for a fix. If I zoom in, I'll probably see it. We've passed Pareto. We're almost to a fix Anaheim that says it's for the city of Anaheim. And I'm hoping we get just enough clear skies to be able to look down. And I'm not going to say what it is. But if we get enough of a break in the clouds to look down, we'll see something really cool. And it's coming up fairly shortly. Yeah, we're getting close to it. I really hope. Well, there's a stadium. I think that's the Los Angeles Angels Stadium. I was about to say the Dodgers, but no, the Dodgers in actually LA. This is Anaheim, Orange County. Yes! There it is! I just barely get a little, and the clouds passing over it. But we'll have a break in the skies and we'll actually turn back and look. Alright, come on, clouds, go away. Go away! This right here is none other than Disneyland. Wow, and they've got the stuff modeled too, like the roller coasters. That's, I don't know if that's Knott's Berry Farm or something. That's close by, but we just saw Disney World. There's Space Mountain. And the castle's here. Oh, that's cool. Alright, back into the cockpit. Let's go ahead and run the fuel transfer for a couple minutes. About 14 minutes en route. You can see the coast. We're going to be flying pretty much over Huntington Beach. We are. We're going right over Huntington Beach. And Huntington Beach is a famous surf spot. Man, that's cool. We get to see Disney World. We get to see the Angels baseball team stadium. I'm gonna look, because I'm actually not 100% sure if those roller coasters were Knott's Berry Farm. I think the parks are close together, but I don't know if they're adjacent. No. Okay. So, of course, Disneyland, and then there's Disney California Adventure Park, which has more like the thrill rides, the roller coasters, and stuff like that. And I mentioned it, I wasn't sure if it was. Knott's Berry Farm is also in Anaheim. It's a theme park with roller coasters and a bunch of rides. And they also have a water park right next to the regular theme park, so that's that. Alright, we take a look down here. There's the Huntington Beach Pier. That's pretty cool. Surfing City, USA, or something like that. Now, if we look back behind us, you can see the tops of the clouds and the mountains kind of rising above them. That's pretty. And we've just passed over the water, and there are more clouds. Yeah, there's the pier. That's pretty neat. Long Beach is up here. LAX is over here. That's pretty neat. Back into the plane. Let's go ahead and turn the fuel transfer system off. And we're actually flying pretty much toward the runway. It's just the traffic pattern's just going to be 2600. So I don't think we're quite ready to descend. Showing 10 minutes en route, we only need to go down about 4,000 feet. What we can do is pull up a procedure. We'll take the visual runway 22. Set vectors and load. And yeah, so that gives us the path we'll need to go. In fact, let's actually go ahead and set the heading mode. And we'll actually go ahead into here, the approach, and activate vectors to final. We'll keep heading mode selected for now. And I would say let's go ahead and start a descent down to 2,600. And we'll just go down at 110. Alright, you know what? Actually, no. Pulled the power a little too fast, maybe. 115 is fine. Just a steady descent rate. The good news is it's showing good weather at Catalina. But I don't see... Oh yeah, no, here's the island. You can see the coast. I don't see the airport. In the real world, what they would do, ATC would give us headings to fly and altitudes to climb or descend to, and they would guide us down until we could see the airport. 2992 on the altimeter, let's set that. Weather at Catalina is variable at 4, good visibility, skies clear, temperatures up to 64 degrees Fahrenheit. (18 Celsius). So they're actually, we're above, we're 21 Celsius, and there may be a temperature inversion. Wow, okay. Not a big deal. Let's take the power up just a little bit more, get a little steeper descent rate. Not giving us much of one. Ah. 6 minutes on the ground. I think our flights ended up being a little longer than 26 minutes. GPS track is starting to come alive. Well, it's turning to intercept the track more sharply, okay. Whatever. And actually, I'm gonna level this at 3600, because what we'll do is we'll actually be able to intercept the glide path down to the runway. I mean, it's showing sky clear, but we have this layer of clouds that's kind of preventing us from seeing the runway right now. So the cool thing is, though, the GPS here does have a little bit of vertical guidance. Even on a visual approach, it still kind of guides you on the proper path down, which is nice. We would not do this in the real world. We would be talking to air traffic control. They would be giving us instructions how to descend and all whatnot. Alright, we can go ahead and bump up the power. Let's go ahead and do a couple checklists here. Descent and approach. Landing data, we have it. Altimeter is set. Radios are set. Fuel transfer is done. Parking brake is confirmed, released. Fuel pumps on. Landing light on. And we have a marker on here that says top of descent, which hopefully at that point we'll go ahead and pick up the glide path for the approach. Alright, we have the magenta diamond for the glide path. This is actually really good. I wanted to do like some cloudy weather. I wanted to do an instrument approach, so I get to. I mean, it's visual, but per se, I mean, it's still a GPS course, and there's still the diamonds that kind of the diamond here. I'm not referring to the diamond airplane. I just thought of that. I'm like, oh wait, I have to clarify that. But basically, that indicates the glide path. So effectively, we're flying an instrument approach, which is cool. All right, turn altitude hold off. Approach is on. And we're tracking down. Good. Do is take the power out. We need to get down to 110 and go half flaps. Just half flaps. When we get down to 98, we can go full flaps. We get through this layer of clouds, we should be able to... I don't know why it's reporting sky clear, unless it's just like a border of clouds. There's 98, we can go full flaps. We'll add power and try to stay at about 90 knots. Back just a tiny bit on that. Alright, I've got the runway inside. I can see it right here, just these flashing lights. And we're just gonna stay at 90 knots. Saying 38 seconds to the fix, and then it'll probably be 2 more minutes when we get on the ground. This is why it always takes a little longer, because this, when it's telling you you have such and such time to get to, it isn't taking into account any changes in your your speed, unless you have like an FMS that would take into account your speed restrictions, requirements, and stuff like that. Like the Longitude, the jet that I've been flying, that plane does. This does not. And I don't think the Cirrus does either. Alright, here's what we're looking at right now. So this airport has a pulsating VASI. It's going to be a little light here. Oh, it's red right now. Okay, so we're slightly low, but not bad. If we get too low, it'll start to flash. Now it just turned white. That means we're on path, which is good. That's what we want. Alright, 400 feet to go. We can go ahead and take power down to try to get to about 80 knots. And we'll disengage the autopilot in a minute. Just final check. Landing lights are on. Parking brake is off. And flaps are full. Alright, now we're slightly low. We're going to disengage the autopilot. And we're going to fly by hand to the runway. So we have white on this. We're looking at the, not the one next to the runway, like immediately where it starts, but we're looking more, we need to add a little power here. We have full flaps, so we've got some room, but we don't want to let our speed drop too much and get out of control. Steady white light right now is looking pretty good. Go 200 feet above the ground, stable, continue the approach. We're looking quite good. Take the power out. Now it just turned red. A little low. Now it's flashing, which means we're really low. But that's normal when we are final. Easy down. Not a bad landing. Not on the brakes on time though. Alright, well here's what we'll go ahead and do. So we just barely passed it. So we'll just turn to the edge. And we'll turn back this way and exit right here. Flaps up. Oh, hey, look, it's another van. Hopefully he won't drive through my wings. Fortunately, he turned. Alright, landing light can come off, taxi light on, we can turn the fuel pumps off, and all of that's looking pretty good. And we just taxi in. Weather station. That's actually really cool. That's accurate to how those things look. And now I know why it's calling clear skies, because it is absolutely... Well, no, actually, not quite. You can see a little bit up here. But effectively, it's totally clear right up above, but then you're just surrounded by clouds in every direction. Really interesting. Welcome to Airport in the Sky. Alright, and we are right here at our final destination. All pilots check in second floor, landing fee $25. Well, it's a good thing this is a simulator. I don't have to walk to the second floor and check in, and I don't have to pay 25 bucks. Okay, well, pretty good flight right there. Let's go ahead and shut down parking brakes set. Power's been below 10% for a minute. The LT is armed. Total time in service is now 18.6. Yeah, right about a half hour. Go ahead and hit the avionics master. Taxi light can come off. Uncover off on the engine master. 29 minutes 35 seconds. So that actually was That actually was about what I would expect. Go ahead, cover the switch. Engine is confirmed off. Indicators are cleared. I guess I can't silence it. Strobe lights, position lights are off. And floodlights, instrument lights, cockpit lights were never used. And we are good to go ahead and cut the electric master off. I really like this. And that's cool, like an old World War II era hangar. Kind of right up here. US flag flying in the wind. That's really neat. And yeah, look back out there as the clouds are just kind of everywhere. Except right above us. So we were able to make it in. That was good. Alright folks, well, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for flying with me. Hope to catch you aboard on the next one, which is going to start very shortly from right now, so feel free to stay tuned if you want to check that out. I don't know what we're going to be flying or where, but definitely going to make it something cool. And, as always, until then, take care, stay safe. We'll see you all.